recorded. Everything you say is always recorded.
It can and will be held against you.
Thank God I didn't grow up in times like this. I would not be the head coach at Alabama. My college roommates had a camera. Obviously, a great weekend for us. Really proud of our kids. I think anybody that follows us can see how much our team has grown in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And it's been big to get William Hammander back. It's really lengthened our offense and gives us the ability to make some moves and be a little more versatile left and right and move the guys around on the diamond. And we've been in a ton of close games, lead the nation in one-run games, I believe, at least going into this weekend. And we're playing better. We're playing better. Starting pitching has been really good consistently throughout the year, and that's about the only thing that's been consistent. We're getting better in the bullpen of getting some right guys in the right roles, and our offense has grown substantially. So, I was really happy for our kids to see some reward. They've done a good job of just playing. I mean, these kids fight, they practice well. They deserve to be successful, and it had been a really frustrating, month or so for us. And the kids, they just kept coming, kept competing, kept working, and glad to have some short-term success. So, with that being said, as much as I would love to enjoy this for a week, we get back out tomorrow, play a very good Belmont team. They've won 21 games, very active on the bases, more so than, or as much or more so than anybody we've played this year. And I know our kids are excited to go to Knoxville this weekend, and we're going to have to play really well tomorrow. We need to continue to move forward and continue to build momentum before we even think about that. But, we're playing well, proud of our kids, and we got to keep growing and keep moving forward.
The pitching this weekend combined to strike out 34 batters. Do you like where your pitching is right now?
I do. I joke with JJ all the time. He should have gotten into something else because, if you lose a game 2-1 and you give up a run in the 8th inning, everybody's like, "Oh, the bullpen blew the game." Well, maybe you should have scored more than one run. I think JJ is as good as any pitching coach in the country. I just think he's an awesome coach. I'm really confident in our pitching staff, and again, it starts on the front end of the game. G-Mac and Jacob McNairy and Grayson Head and even Ben Hess midweek. They've done a good job of getting us started right. And I think we've grown in the bullpen of figuring out everybody's strengths and weaknesses and trying to match them up the right way. And you look at this weekend, Grayson gave us such a great start. We were in the 6th inning, and I'm looking down, and like Hunter Furtado and Antoine Jean haven't pitched yet. And that just shows, that we do have some length to our staff and how much our program has grown. We were 1-19 and on the 3rd game of the series, my first 2 years, and that's a testament to pitching depth. And when you have an arm like Hunter Furtado and you don't pitch him in an SEC series, that shows you how well deep your starters are pitching in the game and how well everyone else is doing, because Hunter's a really talented dude that we have a lot of confidence in. So I've been really pleased with the pitching staff, and they've got to continue to grow just like everybody else. We've got to keep getting better and getting ahead in the count and throwing all of our pitches for a strike and managing these big innings. We've obviously given up more home runs up and down the staff than you'd like, and that's a combination of just executing more pitches and commanding the ball better. And all the kids that are pitching will get better every time out, and just like the hitters do. So we're pitching well. We need to keep going in a positive direction.
Garrett, you obviously were just named the SEC Co-Pitcher of the Week. What are your thoughts about that? What does that mean to you? Your first year as an SEC starter, getting that honor this early on.
It means a lot, but it's more about the success of the team this week. We got 3 of the biggest wins of the year for us, and it's got us on the right foot. So we just want to keep rolling with that and keep getting wins.
Pink, you always had a really good weekend. What's been clicking for you lately? Was hitting something that you really worked on in the off season heading into this year?
Just not trying to do too much on the plate, not trying to, go big fly every at bat or do anything crazy. Just go up there and try to win pitches and get deep into the count and trust my hands and just hit the ball hard, and the results will come. So
awesome.
Yeah, what was the emotion like coming back down 5 runs in 3-2? Just kind of like, not giving up, and then the grand slam to put you ahead 10-8. What was just that whole roller coaster like?
It was really exciting, and unfortunately we have a lot of experience this year from playing from behind. And the most consistent part of this team is how much they fight. It's as good as any group I've been a part of. It doesn't matter whether we're down 2 or 4, whether it's the 2nd or the 6th. I mean, these guys, they really, really fight. So I would really like it if we would work on playing ahead a little more often, see how we do with that. But you know, I'm not surprised that we battled back. It was really exciting, and you know, that's not the way you want to draw it up. But you know, losing the lead and having them tie it up and having the resiliency to not bring that into the 10th inning, what happened in the 9th, just shows a lot of maturity out of our group, and really proud of them for that.
All right. Garrett, you were able to get out some jams in that first game with, like, you know, striking key batters out. Just what were you feeling on the mound?
I felt like I had all my stuff, but mainly just attacking the zone, let the defense work behind you. I mean, we got one of the best defenses in the league for sure. I mean, nothing's going to drop in the outfield. I fully believe that. So just attack it and then get pop-ups, ground balls, and just work through the game as quickly as possible.
All right, and then first consecutive SEC series win since 2018. What's just the atmosphere in the locker room? You know, just like you got 2 under your belt and going into a tough Tennessee, like just happy or?
Yeah, I stay out of the locker room. That's theirs. So I'm gonna let these guys answer that. I can tell you the bus was fun. It was a fun bus ride back.
I would just say, you know, we're just really confident, and we're just going out there and playing, and mainly just focusing on competing on every pitch and taking it a pitch at a time, and letting go of the result and just going out and playing and letting everything fall where it happens.
Coach, can you just kind of, I know we're going to talk to you tomorrow night, but I'd like to talk about tomorrow night's game tomorrow night. Could you just kind of give us a rundown of what you see from this Tennessee team, you know, heading into this weekend?
Yeah, I haven't gotten too deep into them, but you know, they're 31-1. It's, I'm not a historian, but I think the best start in the history of the SEC at 12-0. It's really unprecedented what they're doing, and you know, when you see the video highlights, it kind of matches the numbers. I mean, just a ton of velocity and stuff on the mound. A really good lineup. They're physical. They're balanced. They've got some experience and some athleticism, and just a really complete team. I mean, you don't stumble your way into 31-1 and 12-0. Just a really, really impressive team, and I'm excited to go play them, see this in person. You know, I'm my 19th year in the league. Nobody's ever done this, and this is the best team in history of college baseball. I can't wait to see it up close and in person. So, you know, Tony does a great job, and obviously have a great team, and you know, we'll have our hands full.
You guys are 7-5 in league play right now. You know, tied for second in SEC West. Yeah. How do you approach, you know, talking to your guys about maintaining that consistency and keeping these wins coming now that you've won 8 of your last 9?
Well, it's all we talk about. We're talking about the same things today in practice that we talked about a month ago, and you know, now that the results changed, it doesn't change the way that you work and prepare. And you know, you have to have the mentality in this sport of not bringing the previous day to the ballpark, and each pitch and each at bat and each inning and each game has a life of its own, and all the process stuff that Coach Saban talks about, man, is just essential in the sport of baseball. So, you know, I hope that the kids can carry the momentum and the confidence, you know, from the last week and a half to the ballpark, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, because it's not. You know, and just as quickly as it changed, you know, 9 games to, you know, to where we are now, it can change in the other direction if you change the way that you work and prepare and compete. So we're trying really hard to be consistent mentally, and that it gives us a better chance to be consistent physically.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Okay.
All right.
And that's a good coach speak.